Hello everyone. Today we discuss about lumbar vertebra. Lumbar vertebra is an irregular bone which is derived from somites and paraxial mesoderm. There are 5 in numbers. Lumbar 1 to lumbar 4 are typical and lumbar 5 is atypical. Now we discuss about the typical lumbar vertebra. Anatomical position of the typical lumbar vertebra is body lies anteriorly and arch lies posteriorly. Quadrilateral spinous process lies posteriorly and directed horizontally backward, and superior articular process directed backwards and medially, and transverse process lies laterally. Now teacher may ask, how do we identify a typical lumbar vertebra? Body is massive and reniform in shape. Vertebral foramen is triangular in shape. Presence of mammillary and accessory process. Spinous process is quadrilateral. An absence of foramen transversarium and costal facet, and the distance between superior articular process is more than the distance between inferior articular process, and the anterior posterior diameter is less than the transverse diameter of the body. Now teacher may ask, how do we identify a atypical lumbar vertebra? It is the largest of all lumbar vertebra, and spine is short and rounded at tip. Transverse process is short, stout, and pyramidal in shape. Now, how do we identify a thoracic vertebra? Typical thoracic vertebra has a costal facet on its body and transverse process, and their body is heart shaped. How do we identify a cervical vertebra? Cervical vertebra have spine is bifid and presence of foramen transversarium in the transverse process. Now comes to the typical lumbar vertebra. Here is the body and the attachment of body. Anterior surface and upper border and lower border gives attachment to the anterior longitudinal ligament, and the posterior surface gives attachment to the posterior longitudinal ligaments. Just lateral to the attachment of anterior longitudinal ligaments, here on the right side of upper 3 lumbar vertebra gives attachment to the right crus of diaphragm, and on the left side of upper 2 lumbar vertebra gives attachment to the left crus of diaphragm. Then behind the attachment of crus of diaphragm, here is the origin of psoas major muscle. And now comes to the pedicle. Pedicle, it connects the body with arch. And now comes to the lamina. Here is the lamina, and lamina gives attachment to the ligamentum flavum. Now come to the superior articular process. Superior articular process faces backwards and medially, and it has mammillary process on the posterior border. What is mammillary process? Mammillary process, this is the mammillary process. It is a rough elevation on the posterior border of the superior articular process. It corresponds with the superior tubercle of the 12th thoracic vertebra, and it gives attachment to the medial intertransverse muscle and multifidus. And here is the inferior articular process, which faces forwards and laterally. Now comes to the vertebral foramen. Vertebral foramen is triangular in shape, and it is larger than thoracic and smaller than cervical. And on the first lumbar vertebra, it contains conus medullaris, and on the lumbar 2 to lumbar 5 vertebra, it contains filum terminale and coda equina, and lumbar 1 to lumbar 5, it contains spinal meninges. Now, what is conus medullaris? Conus medullaris is the lower tapering part of the spinal cord. And what is filum terminale? Filum terminale is the prolongation of pyometer. What is pyometer? It is the inner layer of the meninges. Now, what is coda equina? It is an horse tail-like structure. Ventral and dorsal nerve roots of lumbar 2 to coccygeal 1 nerve. That means lumbar 1 vertebra contains conus medullaris, lumbar 2 to lumbar 5 vertebra contains filum terminale and coda equina, and the lumbar 5 vertebra contains lumbar 1 to lumbar 5 vertebra contains spinal meninges. Now comes to the transverse process. These are the transverse process. Transverse process of lumbar 1 to lumbar 4 is thin and elongated, and lumbar 5 is massive, strong, stout, and pyramidal in shape. And on the posterior inferior aspect of the transverse process, there is a rough elevation. This is called accessory process, which corresponds with the inferior tubercle of the thoracic 12th vertebra, which gives attachment to the medial intertransverse muscles. and the upper border and lower border of the transverse process. Upper border and lower border of the transverse process gives attachment to the lateral intertransverse muscles. Now comes to the attachment. Here is the vertical ridge, and on the vertical ridge it gives attachment to the anterior thoracolumbar fascia, and here it gives origin to psoas major muscles, and here it gives attachment to the quadratus lumborum. And on the tip of the transverse process, it gives attachment to the middle layer of thoracolumbar fascia. Now comes to the spinous process. Spinous process is quadrangular, club-shaped, and the tip of the spinous process gives attachment to the posterior layer of thoracolumbar fascia. And here it gives attachment on the both side erectospinae multifidus and supraspinous and interspinous ligament. This is all about typical lumbar vertebra. Now come to the atypical lumbar vertebra or lumbar 5. The body of the lumbar 5th vertebra is largest of all. Spine is small and rounded at tip. Transverse process is massive, stout and pyramidal in shape. The distance between the inferior articular process is more than the superior articular process. The vertical height of anterior surface is more than posterior surface because of lumbosacral angle. It is about 120 degree. Now comes to the attachment of transverse process. Tip of the transverse process gives attachment to the iliolumbar ligament. Lower border of the transverse process gives attachment to the lumbosacral ligament, and the posterior surface of the transverse process gives attachment to the longissimus thoracis. An accessory process gives attachment to the medial intertransverse muscle. Now comes to the anterior relation of lumbar 5th vertebra. This is right and left common iliac artery is a branch of abdominal aorta. Right and left common iliac veins, formation of inferior vena cava, which is formed by the right and left iliac veins, median sacral vessels and sympathetic trunk. Now comes to the anterior relation of 4th lumbar vertebra, bifurcation of abdominal aorta, median sacral vessels and sympathetic trunk. The lumbar curvature is secondary curvature which is fused in 12 to 18 months. Now comes to the joints. The joints between body and body of the lumbar vertebra is intervertebral joint, which is a secondary cartilaginous joint because here slight movements occurs. And the joints between superior articular facet process and inferior articular process is plain type of synovial joint. This is all about joints. Now come to the clinical anatomy. There is lumbar puncture, spina bifida and sacralization. Lumbar puncture, it occurs between the lamina of lumbar 3 to lumbar 4 vertebra to collect cerebrospinal fluid from subarachnoid space for study of meningitis. Spina bifida, it is a developmental anomaly, mostly occurs in the lumbosacral region. In this condition, two halves of the neural arch fail to fuse with each other, leaving a gap in the midline. Meninges and spinal cord may herniate through this gap. There are two types, spina bifida cystica and spina bifida occulta. Spina bifida cystica are mostly common. And now sacralization. 5th lumbar vertebra or its transverse process fused with the sacrum. This is called sacralization. This is all about lumbar vertebra.